It's payday. Your banking app flashes, deposit received, and for a few minutes you feel safe. Then the money evaporates. Groceries, gas, a subscription you forgot, a small order, the dinner you promised you wouldn't do. And by the time you blink, your paycheck has already been assigned to yesterday. If that's you, hear me. You're not broken and you're not alone. But you are stuck in a system that keeps you reacting instead of directing. Because the real question isn't, how do I make more money? It's, how do I stop my money from disappearing? And here's the part that messes with people. Earning more doesn't automatically fix this. Plenty of high earners still feel stuck. Some households with $150,000 plus incomes say they're living paycheck to paycheck. Many still can't comfortably cover an unexpected $1,000 expense without stress. So if you've been telling yourself, once I make more, I'll finally breathe, I'm not here to crush you. I'm here to save you from a trap. The trap is thinking money creates discipline. Money doesn't magically create discipline. It just turns the volume up on who you already are. So if the plan is, I'll fix my spending later, more income just gives your bad habits a bigger budget. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's actually good news. Because if this was purely an income problem, you'd be powerless until someone handed you a raise. But if it's a systems problem, you can start changing it today. Let me tell you a story. Meet Maya. Maya isn't reckless. She's not blowing her paycheck on yachts and designer bags. She's doing normal life. Rent, a car payment, groceries, gas, a couple streaming services, the occasional we deserve this night out. But Maya has this low-grade money stress that never turns off, and it creates a loop. Feel anxious, avoid looking, spend to cope, feel worse, avoid more. That avoidance is real. Psychologists call part of it avoidance bias, dodging information that makes you uncomfortable. Money's perfect for that, because numbers don't negotiate. And there's a cost to staying foggy. One recent estimate put the price of financial ignorance at about $1,000 a year. Money lost to fees, interest, bad decisions, and missed opportunities. Not because you're stupid, because you're operating in the dark. So today, we're doing two things. We're turning the lights on, and we're building a system that works even when you're tired. And I'm warning you now, the first step is the step most people won't do, because it's uncomfortable. But it's also the moment everything starts getting better. Pull the last 3 months of statements, checking, debit, credit cards, everything, and ask one question: where is my future being quietly eaten? For Maya, it wasn't one giant purchase. It wasn't, I bought a $5,000 couch. It was 1,000 tiny votes, coffee, delivery fees, quick meals out, grocery runs with extras, impulse buys that felt harmless, little charges that didn't feel like a big deal in the moment, until she totaled them. And that's when the feeling hit her. Not shame, shock, like, wait, that's where it went? And that moment matters because it's the moment you stop arguing with reality. So do this like a scientist, not a judge. Here's the method. Highlight every transaction that was convenience. Circle every recurring charge you forgot about. Star your top 3 overspending categories. That's your plan. Not 12 goals, not a 47-tab spreadsheet, just stop the biggest bleeding first. This is why people say a budget feels like a raise, not because you earn more, because you stop bleeding money into chaos.
And here's the rule that changes everything. You can't manage money with a rear-view mirror. You can't wait until the month is over and then act surprised. You have to tell your money where to go before it leaves. So let's build a paycheck script, because if your paycheck doesn't have a plan, it will follow your mood, and moods are expensive. Here's the script. 5 moves. Simple, repeatable. Move 1. Pay the essentials first. Housing, utilities, groceries, transportation. Not everything, just the stuff that keeps you housed and employed. If you don't know this number, your brain will feel anxious by default because it doesn't know if you're safe. Move 2. Build a starter buffer. If you're at zero, your first win is not investing. It's not getting fancy. It's a buffer between you and desperate decisions. Even $500 to $1,000 changes your brain. It turns ruin into annoying. Start small but consistent. $25, $50, $100 per paycheck. Move 3. Capture free money. If your employer matches retirement contributions, get the full match. That's one of the best returns you'll ever get because it's literally money they're willing to give you. Move 4. Attack high-interest debt. Credit cards, payday loans, anything with brutal interest, because paying 25% interest while hoping for 8% investing returns is like trying to run a marathon while someone is dragging you backwards. Drop the anchor first. Move 5. Automate the future. When saving is manual, it depends on motivation. When it's automatic, it happens even when you're busy, tired, stressed, or distracted. Automate transfers to savings, automate retirement contributions, automate extra payments toward high-interest debt. Now, this next part is the secret sauce, because most people try to do all of this with one checking account, and that's like trying to diet with a pantry full of snacks and no plan. So here's a simple trick that makes the whole thing work. 2 accounts, a bills account and a living account. Bills account covers rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, minimum debt payments, stuff that must happen. Living account is groceries, gas, fun, everything you swipe day to day. On payday, money automatically moves into each account. Now your life has guardrails. Now you don't need superhero willpower. If you want to level up, add a 3rd, sinking funds. Because car repairs aren't surprises. Holidays aren't surprises. Back to school isn't a surprise. They're predictable surprises that happen every year, and they wreck people because they don't get a category. Sinking funds turns "oh no" into "we're ready." Now let's talk about why most people fail at budgeting. They declare war on joy. They create a budget that has 0 breathing room, and then they snap. So instead, plan your fun. Create a guilt-free spending category, a lane that is allowed and contained. Because your budget isn't a prison, it's a plan. Even if it's tiny, $20 a week, 1 meal out a month, planned fun keeps you from rebelling and blowing up your whole system. And here's the weird psychological win. When you know fun is scheduled, you stop hunting for it with impulse ending. Now, if you've ever asked, where is it all going? 2 categories are usually guilty: groceries and eating out. Groceries feel responsible, so we don't track them. Eating out feels small, so we minimize it. Then you add it up and realize you've been eating your future.
So here's your next challenge. For the next 2 months, overfund groceries on purpose. If you think it's $500, set it at $650 while you learn your real number. Walk into the store with a list and a limit. And do not go grocery shopping hungry, because hungry shopping turns you into a different person. For eating out, set a hard limit and make it visible. Cash envelope, separate card, a dedicated dining account. When it hits 0, the decision is made for you. That's not restriction, that's freedom. Because the goal isn't to never eat out. The goal is to stop waking up wondering where your money went. Now let's hit the deeper issue. Paycheck to paycheck isn't just about spending. It's also about fragility. If one flat tire can wreck your entire month, you don't have a budget. You have a tightrope. So we build a moat. 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in a separate savings account. Not invested, not mixed with checking, not casually touched. This is I can breathe money. This is I can say no money. This is life can happen and I don't fall apart money. And if 3 to 6 months sounds impossible, zoom in. Your first goal is 1 month of essentials. 1 month changes how you walk through the world. It makes you less desperate. It gives you options. Now, I need to say something that might sting. Some people aren't broke because of math. They're broke because they can't say no. No to friends, no to pressure, no to the version of themselves that wants relief right now. So steal these scripts. That sounds fun. It's not in our plan right now. We're doing a reset this month. Catch us next time. We're focused on a goal. We'll celebrate when we hit it. No apology, no essay. Because if you don't pick a direction, the world will pick one for you, and it will usually be expensive. Now here's the twist ending. Some people are actually doing okay on paper and still feel broke because they're trying to care about everything at once, or because their spending has no intention, just habits. So you need a vision, not just a budget. Pick your money dial, the one category that genuinely makes life better for you. Travel, food, experiences, health, generosity, convenience, freedom. Here's the rule. Spend extravagantly on what you love and cut mercilessly on what you don't. That's how you stop feeling deprived. That's how you stop random spending. That's how you build a life you actually want without going broke trying to look like someone else. So let's make this real. If you want a clean start, do a 30-day reset. 5 steps. Track every dollar once a day for 5 minutes. Freeze one bleeding category, delivery, eating out, impulse shopping. Set one automatic transfer on payday. Have one weekly money meeting, 15 minutes, same time, every week. And celebrate one win. Because wins build identity, and identity changes everything. Maya did this and something shifted. Week 1 felt exposed. Week 2 felt irritated. Week 3 felt powerful. Week 4 felt calm on a random Tuesday. Not because she got rich, because she got control. Paycheck to paycheck feels like a treadmill that speeds up every time you try harder. But the treadmill isn't your life, it's your system, and systems can be rebuilt. You don't escape paycheck to paycheck by being perfect. You escape by being intentional, one paycheck at a time. Clarity, a buffer, a script, an automation, a moat, and a rich life dial you actually care about. So pause this video, open your banking app, and do the first step right now. Pull the last 3 months, find the leak, name it, and tell your next paycheck where to go before it disappears.